After studying everything and studying what has worked and what doesn't work in the business world, in the online world, um, I developed a list, a checklist. And the more things you have on this checklist, the greater your chances of being successful in the online scope of things. So, why do we need a checklist? A checklist helps us make sure that we take care of everything on the list so that we can maximize our efforts. So I have a checklist here. It's actually got 38 things on it, but I don't have time to do all 38. I'm just going to do probably the first 10 so that you can see you can use some of these things now. You can, if you're going to start a business or you're going to start whatever you're going to start, some type of money making venture, you can use some of these things, and I'll just describe them and how to use them. Because I want to be able to give you guys things that you can use. Even if I'm not giving you, I don't want to just tell you stuff just to tell it to you. I want you to be able to use what I tell you and go and put it to work right away. So the first thing is, it's got to be a good product. Number one, it's got to be a good product. Um, you want to have a good product because you want your product to be able to be used. You want the people, you want it to work, and you want to be able to, if a person, you're going to sell something and you have claims to of what that thing can do or that product or service can do, then you want that product or service to be able to do what you claimed it can do. You don't want a product or service that you're making outrageous claims about, and then when the people go to try to use it to make to achieve the results that you said that they could achieve, the outrageous results, then they can't achieve those results because the product or service is not able to be produce those results, whether it's because of the timing or the saturation or because of whatever the situation may be. Those results are not being able to be made, and the customer doesn't care that it was the wrong time and this is now it's in a down, now that business is in a downtrend, or the company is getting scrutinized by the government, or what. The client doesn't care about that. All they care about is, you said I was going to make money, or you said this was going to do this, or you said it was going to work this way, and it's not working. And I spent my last $5,000 with you thinking that it was going to turn my life around, and it's not. Now what am I supposed to do? That's what my wife is screaming at me, my husband is screaming at me, my children needed some school clothes. I was supposed to put my daughter in college. What's going on? So you don't want to be in that situation. You don't want to be in that situation. So therefore, like I said, if you're going to sell something, try to use the things on this checklist. Now, I'm not going to give you the whole checklist today because it's going to take too much time. I'm going to try to keep this video under 15 minutes. So, but if you want the whole checklist, you can drop us a line and we can get that to you for free. I'm not going to charge you anything or anything like that. I'll give it to you for free. But anyway, I'm just going to tell you a couple of them right now. I'll go through them. Okay, like I said, number one, you want to have a good product. You want to have a product that's actionable, something that can be used, a product or service that can be used, and the results of the claims that you make can be substantiated by the customer. The number two, what you want is the ease of use. You don't want a product that's very complicated to use. If you're going to be selling something, you want something to be very, I mean, unless you're selling, unless you're selling electrodiode testers, you really don't want, your clientele is probably not going to want a high technical knowledge of something to really, it would depend on your market, but most people, if you're selling information in the information game, they really want it to be easy to use, easy to understand, and easy to use, right? So it shouldn't be, excuse me, it shouldn't be where it's a complicated situation where you're going to have to do all of these different steps involved to try to just use the product. Maybe 1, 2, 3 steps max. You want to be able to get the product up and running, right? So try to make it as easy to use as possible. And if it's not easy to use, you create a system to make it easy to use, and then they could buy that product from just you because you're the one that made it easy to use. Uh, Next thing you want is to deliver the product as quickly as possible. You want a fast delivery, so you don't want the person to order. Back in the day, they had what they call COD, cash on delivery. You order the product, and then they send it to you, and then they will deliver the product when you pay them the cash. But that process would take about 3 weeks. But now, in the digital age, a person can buy your product and give you money immediately, and they expect the product immediately. So therefore, you have to set up a system where the products will be delivered as soon as possible, and the customer can get started right away trying to achieve the results that they're trying to achieve. Because you got to think about it like the customer. Your customer wants to achieve results. They don't care that why you're selling this stuff and what you're trying to do. They don't care what you're trying to do. They only care about what they're trying to do. So you need to be able to do everything you can to make sure they can do what they're trying to do. And if you can do that for enough people, you will become rich. Okay? So anyway, make it easy to use. Easy to use. I already went through that. In a fast delivery. The next thing, you want it easy to buy. You don't want a complicated situation where, okay, here you got to call this number, then go to this website, and then go to that website will take you to this website, and then you don't want that. You want it to be maybe a maximum 3-step process, and then they get on your website, they put in their card information, it gets approved, they get the product. That's basically the way you want it to go. So you don't want to have a complicated situation where you have to talk to this person, and then not unless you're selling very expensive items or products or services. If you're selling anything under $500, it should not be a complicated process. It should be a very simple process. If you want to make a lot of money, you'll probably make some, but if you want to make lots of money, it should be very easy to buy your products. Next thing is on the list here is a good presentation. You want a good presentation. You want to present the product or service in a light that shows how it can help people. Remember, the people don't, even if you like the product and if you think, man, it's a great product, who cares what you think? Who cares what I think? The only thing that matters is what the customer thinks. Do they think it's going to help them? That's all they want to know. They don't care whether you like it or not. You can say, I love this product. It's great. It's well, in their head, they have questions in their head that they're asking. Will this help me? If I give my money to this product, will it help me? Will I feel stupid because I've done this before and it didn't work? And is this another scam that they try? Because they think it's a scam. So you have to be able to impress upon them through the presentation that this product will work for you. All you need to do is order it and then follow our step-by-step process, and then it will work for you, and give it the time that it needs and it'll work for you. But you have to impress upon that. See, a lot of people have a lot of snappy presentations, but they don't impress upon the person, the customer, that this will work for them through the presentation. They just make it look pretty and they say it worked for me. Okay, well, you saying it worked for you doesn't help me. What I need you to do is to dramatize how it's going to work for me as best as you can. All right. Number 6. The next thing, number 6, is your marketing has to educate the customer quickly. Right. You have to educate your customer quickly. There's some steps, and I'm going to go through those steps or some of those steps later in another video. But there's steps that a person has to go through to go from not even knowing about your product to where they feel comfortable enough to buy your product and they feel like it's going to work for them. There's mental steps involved in that, and one of those steps, in my opinion, is you have to all agree that there's a problem. Everybody has to agree that there's a problem, Everybody has to agree that there needs to be a solution to that problem, and then you have to show them that you have that solution. Okay, those are the first couple of steps involved in that. But basically, the person has to, you have to educate them on what's going on. See, sometimes people don't know that how bad the situation they're in is in, and you have to educate them in that presentation quickly. Your marketing, your presentation. These things have to educate the customer very quickly on what the problem is, what the solution is, and how to get to the solution. How easy it is to get the solution. You got the solution. You're the man you need, or the woman you need to go. They need to go get hook up with you so that they can get the solution. And of course, hook up with you, I mean with your website or whatever your sales page is, to get them to actually pull the trigger. But you're the way that they can go to get. You have the information they need to change their life, right? So you have to educate them quickly. Number 7, you have to promote the benefits. See, a lot of times they'll talk about how it's a good product and this and that, but and it's nicely packaged and it worked for this person and worked for that person. But people don't care. They don't care that it worked for that person. They don't care. Yeah, that's nice to hear once or twice, but what they really want to know is, will it work for me? Will it work for me? And how are you going to accomplish that? How are you going to, that's what you need to think about. How are you going to lay down to somebody you never even met or don't even know? How are you going to explain to them that this product was going to work for them? So that's what you need to figure out, and that's what you have to do in order to be really successful. Because see, once you get this stuff on autopilot and your pack, your marketing and your marketing and your presentations and everything are set up or revolve around these principles, I mean, man, you're just going to be a push button millionaire. So therefore, you can duplicate this process at any time with anything, and you'll be able to make lots of money. And which is the goal, is not so much the money, it's the options, in my opinion, and for me at least. Maybe there's people out there that want a lot of money so they can, you know, be off the chain. I can't, and I'm not here to judge anybody, because we all have the same goal. I'm here to make money. You're here to make money. We're all here to make money. And so that's what we're trying to help each other do. But I'm just saying, for me, I want the options. I don't necessarily want to be in a $300 suit every day, or drive a Maserati today and a Maybach tomorrow. That's not really what makes me float. What makes me float is the option to be able to, if I want to do that, I could do that. If I want to be able to do that, I could do that. But that's what will make me go. Anyway, you got to find out what's going to make you go, and you got to find out what's going to make your customer go. That's when you're going to be dealing with all types of people, but we all have they're all going to have a common goal, and the common goal is they need to make more money. Because I don't care what problem you got in this world. I don't care what problem you have in this world. There's no problem that increasing your income can't make a dent in. Increasing your income is not going to solve every problem, but it's going to come so close that it's going to be hard to see it when it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's going to come so close. So we all want to increase our income, and so that's why we're here. But anyway, think about it from your customer's perspective. Your customer wants their life to change, and how can you help them change their life, and how can you explain to them how you can change their life? Anyway, so that was number 7. Your marketing promotes benefits. Number 8, you want to have good testimonials. Now, when you just starting out, it's hard to get testimonials. So there's a couple different ways you can get those testimonials. You can work with people and say, hey, look, I'll give you a deal off of my training or my services with you if you will give me a testimonial. And you can tell me the good and the bad, but you tell me the good first and the bad second, right? So all you use is the good part. You don't use the bad part. You use the good part. So, and then you improve on the bad part. You know, what they say, that's, well, I don't like this part of it and I don't like that part of it. Then you work on that and clean that part up, right? But you don't put that on them. You don't put that on your sales, on your marketing information. A couple more. Yeah, the social proof. If you can have the social proof, which we sometimes you can say credentials or social proof. You can have like testimonials is one way of getting social proof. Um, you can have like what they have people do is they show their bank accounts, or they'll show flashy cars and stuff like that. Me personally, I really don't think that's necessary. I think the main proof is you and the vibe you give to the people when they hear you talk, because most people can hear sincerity in a person's speaking. So just be sincere, and I think that's what you. But if you want to go ahead and go to the point of doing all of these things to create social proof, being renting the cars and renting houses and renting I don't think that's really necessary. But hey, if you want to do it, you can do it. Um, um, let's do a couple more. So we just did good testimony. We did social proof. Let's do high quality traffic, high qualified traffic. Excuse me. So it's going to be difficult for you to qualify traffic. When we say traffic, we mean people going to marketing, uh, your marketing information, and who are looking for what you're selling. Okay, that's what you want. People that are looking, you want people coming to you that are looking for the things that you're selling, so that's going to increase the odds of you selling more products or services, right? But that's hard. It's difficult to do, to qualify the traffic that's coming to you, but you can do as best as you can. But you want qualified, you want traffic. You have to get traffic to come to you. There's many different ways. I'll make a video about how to get traffic, in the many different ways to get traffic. But for right now, that's what you need. You need traffic. You need people going by your website. And the last thing I'm going to talk about today is you want duplicatable results. You want your results to be able to be duplicated. So in other words, they're not your results, but the results of the program or whatever you're teaching the course, they should be able to be duplicatable. So in other words, not only you can do it, but anybody can do it if they pay attention and do it properly. It will work for them. Okay, so those are 11 things that 11 things off a 21 point checklist, actually a 38-point checklist of things that you need to do to make sure that your product is going to sell, or products or services will sell faster, and you're going to make more money. So if you want the complete list, like I said, drop us a line to itestmoney.com. You can drop us a line over there, and then we can get you the list and we can send that right to you, and it's free. I'm not going to charge you anything to order this product here, this checklist here. And you might even see things on here. You might be able to add stuff to it or whatever. But this checklist definitely covers almost everything in the online business game as far as how to make money online, selling products and services. All right, all right, all right then. So we'll see you guys on the next video, or we'll talk to you on the next video.